Hello, my dear students. In this lecture, we are going to see one previous year GATE numerical. This question was asked in GATE 2009 for 4 marks. It is a common data question. Here, common data is provided for question number 1 and question number 2, and each question is for 2 marks. Therefore, total marks for this question are 4 marks. Now, let us understand the question. The question is basically based on the radiation heat transfer between the two plates. So, let us understand the question. The question is common data for question 1 and question 2. Radiative heat transfer is intercepted between the inner surfaces of two very large isothermal parallel metal plates. Now here very large parallel metal plates are given, while the upper plate designated as 1 is a black surface and is warmer one being maintained at 727 degrees Celsius. Now here let us say this is the upper plate, right, and they have given this is a black surface. Let us say this is designated as 1, and as this upper plate is given as black surface, therefore for this plate emissivity E1 will be equal to 1, right, and it is a perfect absorber. It is a perfect absorber as well as perfect emitter, and temperature T1 is also given, which is nothing but 727 degrees Celsius, right. Therefore can I say this temperature T1 is equal to 727 plus 273 Kelvin, therefore in Kelvin, right. Therefore T1 is equal to 1000 Kelvin, right. So instead of this 727, let us write here 1000 Kelvin. Therefore first temperature for the plate, upper plate is at 1000 Kelvin, and this is a warmer one, right. Now then the lower plate, plate 2, is a diffuse and gray surface with an emissivity of 0.7 and is kept at 227 degrees Celsius. Now let us say there is a lower plate like this, right, and for this plate it is given as number 2, and emissivity E2 is given as 0.7 and temperature T2 is given as 227 degrees Celsius. Therefore T2 can be written as 227 plus 273, which is nothing but 500 Kelvin. So let us write here T2 is equal to 500 Kelvin instead of 227 degrees Celsius. Let us write the temperatures in Kelvin, right. Therefore T2 is equal to 500 Kelvin. Then assume that the surfaces are sufficiently large to form a two surface enclosure and steady state conditions to exit. Means the surfaces are sufficiently large so that there is a heat exchange between these two surfaces only. There is no heat loss to the surrounding. This is the meaning of the statement. And there is a steady state condition. Then Stefan Boltzmann constant is 5.67 into 10 to the power minus 8 watt per meter square Kelvin. This is a standard value of sigma, and that everyone knows, right. This value generally we have to remember, 5.67 into 10 to the power minus 8. Now very first question is the irradiation in kilowatt per meter square for the plate 1 is. Now my dear students, irradiation is nothing but represented by G, right, and my dear students, this irradiation is nothing but total radiation energy incident on that particular surface. Therefore they are asking the irradiation in kilowatt per meter square for the plate 1 is, means question is to find G1, irradiation of plate 1 is equal to question mark in watt per kilowatt per meter square, right. Now let us understand this configuration, very interesting question. Later after understanding this question we will go for second question, right. Now for first question, the plate 1 is a black surface, therefore emissivity as well as absorptivity, as per Kirchhoff's law, emissivity is equal to absorptivity. Therefore this surface 1 is perfect absorber as well as perfect emitter, right, and temperature is 1000 Kelvin. And second plate is having emissivity of 0.7, therefore for second plate also absorptivity is equal to 0.7, as per Kirchhoff's law emissivity is equal to absorptivity, right, and temperature T2 is 500 Kelvin. Therefore heat will flow from T1 to T2, the net heat transfer will be from T1 to T2. But my dear students, the in case of radiation, each and every body at a temperature more than 0 Kelvin temperature always emits electromagnetic waves in the form of radiation energy. Therefore here body 1 as well as body 2 will emit electromagnetic waves in the form of radiation energy because they are having some temperature which is more than 0 Kelvin temperature, right. And my dear students, the radiation energy emitted by the black body is called radiation energy of emissive power of black body. Therefore this black body will emit emissive power of a black body, which is nothing but EB1. Here energy emitted by the black body, that is surface 1, is EB1, emissive power of a black body, right? And also this body 2 will emit electromagnetic waves in the form of radiation energy, right? Therefore here the energy emitted by the body 2, that is emissive power of a body 2, is E2. It is not EB2 because it is a gray surface. It is not black body, it is a gray body, right? And my dear students, now this E2 will go towards black body. This E2 will go towards black body, and all the E2 will be absorbed by the black body because it is a black body. Black body is a perfect absorber. Therefore whatever may be the E2 emissive power emitted by body 2 is completely absorbed by the body 1, right? Again let us understand. Now this black body 1 emits electromagnetic waves in the form of radiation energy, that is EB1, emissive power of body 1, right? And this emissive power of body 1 is falling on body 2. This EB1 is falling on body 2. Now my dear students, body 1 is not perfect absorber. Here absorptivity is only 0.7. Therefore out of total radiation, the energy absorbed will be equal to alpha times EB, therefore is equal to 0.7 times EB1. Now 0.7 times EB1 is absorbed by the body 2. And what about the rest? The rest is reflected back by the body 2, right? There is a reflectivity also. Therefore the rest is reflected back. Let us say like this, that this blue color is reflected by body 2, which were falling on the body 2 from 1. The this blue color is reflection of EB1, right? Therefore reflectivity rho into EB1, right? And my dear students, 70%, 0.7 is absorbed, remaining is reflected. Therefore can I say for opaque body alpha plus rho is equal to 1, right? Therefore 0.7 plus rho is equal to 1. Therefore rho is equal to 0.3, right? And simply you can say if 0.7 is absorbed, 0.3 is reflected. Therefore here I can write this is equal to 0.3. Whatever may be the reflected, I am going to write in terms of direct value 0.3 EB1. Now this 0.3 EB1, where it is going? It is going back to the body 1. Therefore this again it is going to the back to the body 1, and all this 0.3 EB1 is absorbed by the body 1 because it is a black body. Whatever may be falling on body 1 is completely absorbed because it is a black body. Therefore this 0.3 EB1 is also absorbed by the body 1, right? Now my dear students, now let us understand the configuration here. Right? Now very first question, what is the very first question? The irradiation of body 1. Irradiation of body 1 G1 is nothing but total radiation energy falling on 1. Now what is the total radiation energy falling on 1? Can I say E2? It is E2 plus 0.3 times EB1. Definitely we can say the irradiation 1 is E2 plus 0.3 times EB1, right? So my dear students, therefore G1 is equal to, that is irradiation of body 1 is equal to, now E2. Now emissivity is nothing but, we know that here emissivity is nothing but emissive power of a body divided by emissive power of a black body, right? Therefore can I say this E2 will be equal to emissivity 2 into emissive power of a body 2, EB2. Therefore here I can write E2 into EB2 plus 0.3 times EB1, right? And my dear students, we know that the Stefan-Boltzmann's law, as per Stefan-Boltzmann's law, the emissive power emitted from the surface of black body is directly proportional to temperature power 4. Therefore this emissive power of a black body is equal to some constant into temperature power 4, and this constant is called Stefan-Boltzmann's constant, and temperature is the absolute temperature in Kelvin. Therefore we can say emissive power of a black body is equal to sigma into T power 4. Therefore my dear students, let us use this equation here. Therefore this G1 will be equal to, can I say, the irradiation of body 1 will be equal to emissivity 2 into EB2 will be sigma T2 power 4. Here sorry, it is sigma temperature T2 power 4 plus 0.3. EB1 will be sigma here 0.3 into sigma, that is Stefan Boltzmann constant, into temperature 1 power 4, right? Now my dear students, all the values are known. Emissivity 2 is 0.7, right? Sigma is given 5.67 into 10 to the power minus 8. Temperature T2 is known 500, temperature T1 is known 1000. So let us use this formula and let us find the answer. Therefore my dear students, this irradiation 1 is equal to 0.7 into 5.67 into 10 to the power minus 8 into T2 is 500 power 4 plus 0.3 into 5.67 into 10 to the power minus 8 into T1 is 1000 power 4, right? Let us put all the values and let us solve for G1, right? So my dear students, if I simplify this by putting the values, then irradiation will be equal to this G1 will be equal to irradiation of body 1 is equal to G1 is equal to 19.49 into 10 to the power 3. It will be in watt per meter square. My dear students, this value will be in watt per meter square, but they are asking in kilowatt per meter square. Now if I want to find a kilowatt, then I have to divide with 10 to the power 3, that is 1000. Therefore G1 will be equal to 19.49. It is kilowatt per meter square. So my dear students, for question number 1, option D is the correct choice. Now my dear students, in the same question they may ask you what is the irradiation of surface 2. What is the irradiation of surface 2, that is G2, right? If the question is to find irradiation of surface 2, that is G2, now see, energy falling on surface 2 is only EB1, right? Therefore irradiation of surface 2 G2 is EB1, which is nothing but sigma T1 power 4. Now let us put the values. Now again they can ask you radiosity. They can ask you radiosity, which is represented by J. Now radiosity is nothing but total radiation energy leaving the surface is called radiosity. Now if they ask you what is radiosity of surface 1, that is for this black surface, what is radiosity? J1. Now radiosity is nothing but total radiation energy leaving the surface. Now from this black surface only EB1 is leaving, therefore this J1 will be equal to EB1, which is nothing but G2, right? Again, what is the radiosity of surface 2? The total radiation energy leaving the surface 2 is E2 plus 0.3 EB1, which is equal to E2 plus 0.3 EB1, and which is nothing but irradiation of surface 1, right? G1, right? But here question is to find G1, therefore answer is 19.5 kilowatt per meter square. Let's understand the second question. The second question is, if plate 1 is also diffuse and gray surface with an emissivity value of 0.8. Now my dear students, initially the plate 1 was black surface, but now they are asking to consider this as a gray surface. It is now not a black surface, therefore it is not a perfect absorber, right? With emissivity of 0.8, they are asking to consider emissivity of 0.8, therefore absorptivity is also equal to 0.8. It is now gray surface, right? And temperature is 1000 Kelvin, right? Now then the net radiation heat exchange in kilowatt per meter square between plate 1 and plate 2 is, right? If this is having emissivity is equal to 0.8, then what is the net radiation heat exchange between them? Now my dear students, here it is not EB1 now, it is E2 only, right? Therefore surface 1 will emit E1, right? Surface 1 will emit E1 and surface 2 will emit E2, right? Now my dear students, here let us understand this configuration. Now here they are asking only net radiation heat exchange between surface 1 and 2. So let us find this net radiation heat exchange between infinitely long parallel plates. Now for this infinitely long parallel plates, already we have derived one formula, that is net radiation heat exchange from higher temperature to lower temperature, that is Q1 to 2, right? From 1000 Kelvin to 500 Kelvin, 1 to 2 per unit area is nothing but, now simplified version of formula I am going to write here, because in 3 to 4 questions previously we have solved the same case, as well as in theory lecture we have seen the same case, right? So here instead of wasting time, directly I am going to write here formula. The formula is sigma T1 power 4 minus T2 power 4 divided by 1 upon emissivity 1 plus 1 upon emissivity 2 minus 1. This is the simplified formula for infinitely long parallel plates only, right? Now this is heat transfer per unit area, which is nothing but in watt per meter square. So let us find the answer in watt per meter square. Later we will convert into kilowatt per meter square. Therefore Q122 divided by area, which is called heat flux, is equal to sigma is 5.67 into 10 to the power minus 8 into T1 is 1000 power 4 minus T2 is 500 power 4 divided by 1 upon emissivity 1 is now given 0.8 plus emissivity 2 is already 0.7 minus 1, right? So let us solve this question. My dear students, if I simplify this question by putting all the values, then I will get this heat flux, that is heat transfer per unit area, will be equal to, let us solve this case, then answer will be 31678.34 watt per meter square. But my dear students, in the question they are asking in kilowatt per meter square. So if I want to find in kilowatt per meter square, I have to divide with 1000, then answer will become kilowatt. Therefore this heat flux in kilowatt per meter square will be equal to 31.678 kilowatt per meter square, right? So here the option D again will be the correct choice. Thank you, dear students. In next lecture, we will see one more numerical on this topic, which was asked in previous year GATE examination.